Oh, my name's Dave, and just inviting you today to kind of go through the IFI website. We're looking for positives and negatives on the site, where it's working, where it's falling down. And I know we're calling this a user test, but it's not you who's being tested. We're just looking at the site, so it's not a test of how you interpret everything.
Cool.
So, don't be self-conscious about anything. And if you feel like you can't complete any of the tasks, let me know, and we can move on. The main thing is just to kind of voice everything as you're going through it and talk everything aloud and any decisions you're making, why you're doing them.
Sure.
Cool. So the first task is you're going to see Dunkirk, and you want to see Dunkirk in the IFI on Tuesday. Could you please look through the listings and start from the homepage and find it and book a time that suits you?
Okay. Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, say Thursday.
So I'm going up to the top to the buy tickets button, clicking on that. It'd be nice if there was a search button there. Okay, rather than Command F to do a search. No, I was actually right at the top and I missed it. But anyway, just clicking book.
Yep.
Clicking the Thursday, the 21st of December. Just myself because I'm a bit of an SLB. And then just clicking purchase ticket.
Yeah.
Now we're into account logins. I don't have to have an account. I can go straight to the checkout, can I? So that's it. So you can't go to the checkout. You need a login. Okay. It's a bit frustrating. Do we have a dummy login by any chance?
We don't have a dummy login?
Yeah, no. I don't know if I remember mine. I'll create an account quickly. Confirm passwords. Register details and sign up for a new membership. No, okay for that. Into checkout and now confirming the card stuff.
So there's some card details there for you.
Cool, easy. 4, lots of ones. $20. No gift card. So I'm alright to click that, right?
Yeah, just click it. I don't think anything will go through.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
Great. So, was there anything about that kind of tripped you up or made you second guess what you were doing at any stage?
Yeah. The fact that it was asking for a login but also gave you an option to just go straight to the checkout.
Yeah.
That was fairly confusing. I think if you have to be logged in beforehand, don't give someone an option to go to the checkout. It doesn't make any sense. The fact that you had to go through I just couldn't remember my password. But the fact that you had to go through an account, like to set up an account, like I don't know, maybe hit go to checkout, just ask someone for an email address or something.
Yeah.
So it was almost like a dummy account gets created for them.
Yeah.
Rather than having a separate registration process, and then you come back to a page, and then you click to go to checkout again. The flow doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
And is that kind of how you would expect it?
Yeah. Well, like if there's a go to checkout button, and I hit go to checkout, and I don't have an account, you know, I don't know, something should trigger maybe the account sign-up process with like a minimum number of expected fields, rather than they just seemed like two separate processes, you know what I mean, that were independent of each other rather than being dependent on each other, which they are, because you obviously have to have an account before you can.
And how did you make that connection that they were dependent on each other? Was it through trial and error? Or
trial and error. So clicked the go to checkout thing like twice, and then was like, actually that's not working, so I must have to have an account. So it was kind of through error, basically, through kind of there was nothing in the system or in the process or whatever that suggested you need to do this first. I suppose the create account thing was like big and central on the screen, so that should have suggested it, but like I said, don't offer an option to do something different if users have to complete what's in front of them.
And would there be any other movie sites you kind of would use and do a similar process?
Odeon, I suppose, is one, booking tickets like that. That'd be kind of the most basic one in terms of like actually purchasing tickets and things like that. And again, it's a little bit more seamless. There's not the clunky go register and then come back into it or whatever.
So it seems more efficient.
Yeah, and it's been 6 weeks or 7 weeks since I booked through the Odeon, but just seems easier to go to checkout kind of thing without the dependency on an account or whatever.
That's
when
really
you do, you just click on the box, and the account registration thing is kind of done as part of the flow of going to the checkout, rather than being separate.
Okay, that's great. Could you just go back to the homepage and start again the last task? So, let's say that you're a student, you're studying film and IT, and you're doing some research on Irish film.
Sure.
So, would you be able, as part of your thesis, we need you to start from the homepage and look for 2 films that are about movies in the industry in Ireland, so that you can access the details later.
Okay. Going into the archive.
Yep.
Research and library. Maybe library search. First. I'm sorry, what was it I'm looking for? Irish films.
Yeah. So
just 2 Irish films.
The name of 2 Irish films in 2 Irish films.
Okay. Subject. Do with subject search on maybe. No, because that's not necessarily Irish. Quick look at the archive again. Maybe archive history. It's kind of just about the archive. Exhibitions. Yeah, no, library search, and I suppose down to, I don't know, maybe something in the subject of Ireland potentially, which I spelled wrong. And submitting it that way. Okay, come through. There's one that came up, the Butcher Boy.
Yep.
So I'll open that in a new tab because I want to stay on the list page that I'm on. I don't want to kind of have to go through that again. I suppose the only reason I know the Butcher Boy is because I know the Butcher Boy is Irish. There's no, I suppose, indication of it. Okay, 2 pages is all I got. Okay. Nice. I suppose I'd have to go back to the search then and try something different. Back into library.
They can just be general movies.
Oh yeah.
From Ireland. Well, yeah. So consider that it's your research project. We can say kind of a global search, and you can narrow it down at a later point.
Yeah. So yeah, just put a general search in for Ireland again there. Yeah, loads more pages this time, I suppose. Michael Collins film diary and screenplay came up there, so I'll open that in a separate tab. Alright. They don't actually, so I can't access. Right.
What would you expect to have been on these pages?
Download and access, add to cart if you have to pay for it. Yeah, maybe some more detail. Maybe even on the landing page to tell you what you're linking out to, or am I linking out to something that I can access or not access?
Yeah.
So rather than going to the actual page and then realizing actually there's none in there, like there's just really basic stuff on this.
So what purpose do you think the archive is holding on this website?
Yeah, it's whole kind of multiple things. So like information about films, but then also like this says Michael Collins film diary and screenplay. Like, can I not access the film diary and screenplay? I suppose on the Butcher Boy, it's just giving me, the title and stuff, year of publication, the film, but it's not really giving me anything else on it. Yeah, I suppose, documents on it if they have them.
Yeah.
Rather than...
How do you feel about the results page?
There's no filters on it, so you do your general search, and if that doesn't work, like you do your general search, and what comes back then, there's no indication of what structure the information you're browsing through was back like. There's no and even when I'm doing the search, I have to almost like guess what the structure of their information is. So like, you can do an all search or title search or things like that, but again, there's no indication even on the search page, this is how we structure our information. Here's the types of data we have, like screenplays, for example, or just general movie information or things like that. There's no indication of any sort of categories of information that they have either. So you're kind of just, it's a real trial and error process, which you see there. So you throw in a search and then you kind of hope for the best.
And so when you were looking at the search page, how did you expect that to work? Or is that how you would have expected it to work?
The initial landing page?
Yep.
So I go back into library search. Yes and no. Like, I think having all of the boxes initially on display can be a little confusing. Like sometimes it's just show me a search all, let me search everything and then let me narrow it down after that. I have an option maybe for advanced search that, if you are familiar with the archive a little bit more, you can kind of go through it that way. But like, there's no,
that's interesting.
There's no need, I suppose, straight off the bat to show the Dewey classification or the ISBN. Like, too many people search by that. I wouldn't, I suppose like title, author and editor probably valuable, maybe publication year or something.
So did you feel that the extra fields kind of slowed you down, or did it help you make a better decision?
You kind of have to sit and engage with all of them first and then go, well, I'll just search by all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, like title and subject, what's the difference? You're not really indicating anything there. You don't know what the categories of information are.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of just search. I searched for subject for Ireland and got back 2 pages, but then went back and put it in search all, like 29 or whatever it was. So there's like, again, it's a trial and error type thing,
Yeah. I suppose that was great. There's a couple more things I just want to ask you, just generally about your use of technology and everything.
Yeah.
So, would you have generally performed these kind of tasks on the desktop, or do you feel like maybe mobile would be more appropriate, or would you have had a go-to?
I would use desktop, I'm still a bit of a dinosaur in that sense. I don't like mobile. Still don't really like mobile interface.